Chapter 4 is finally here, and boy is it fun! We've got a brand new map, new weapons, and most importantly, an arena point reset. In today's video, we're going to be showing you guys everything you need to know in order to rank up fast in the brand new chapter. Let's get to it! Before we show you guys how to rank up as quickly as possible, we need to make sure that everyone understands the point system for each league. As you probably already know, Epic ditched the 7,500 point requirement to be eligible for cash prize tournaments. As of last season, you'll only need to reach Contenders Division 1, in other words, only 2,000 points. While this is definitely a huge weight off your shoulders, you'll still need 7,500 points if you want to be officially in Champions League. If you want to rank up quickly, you need to understand bus fare. As you already know, bus fare will be taken from your points at the beginning of every match. For the Open League, points 0 to 2,000, there is absolutely no bus fare. This means you'll have the freedom to really play however you want, but we'll get more into that later. For Contenders 5, there's 30 bus fare along with 40 and 50 bus fare for Division 6 and 7. Once you reach the Champions League, you'll be faced with 60 bus fare, and then a devastating 70 bus fare in Divisions 9 and 10. You may not be too concerned with the Champions League bus fare since you already reached your goal, but you need to be careful. Remember, you can still D-rank out of divisions and leagues. That 60 and 70 bus fare can catch up to you rather quickly if you aren't playing to the best of your ability. With bus fare out of the way, let's get into the actual scoring system. For each division, there's a potential 185 placement points to be earned. This may sound like a solid amount, but when you realize that 50 of these come from the win and 25 from second, you'll see that your elimination points are what will make or break your arena grinding experience. For the Open League, you'll be rewarded with 15 points per elim in solos and duos and 10 in trios. For the Contenders League, you'll get 10 points per elim in solos and 5 per elim in duos and trios. Across the entire Champions League, you'll only get 5 points per elim in every mode. This is honestly a slap in the face considering how high the bus fare gets. If you're serious about improving, head over to ProGuides.com where you can access all of our courses and bootcamp content for just $7.99. And if personalized coaching is more your speed, you'll get 10% off any session with any of our pros. If you want to get the most out of your arena games, you'll need to be using the most optimal loadout. For long-range weapons, the SCAR is obviously the answer. This thing absolutely shreds from any distance and has some solid accuracy. However, the Red-Eye Assault Rifle can also be a great option if you've got your crosshair control in check. We wouldn't recommend using it if you're on controller, but keyboard and mouse players with solid tracking skills can deal some major damage with this thing. For shotguns, you've only got two options: the Thunder Shotgun and the Maven Auto, with each variant of the Thunder Shotty above green dealing a whooping 195 damage to the head. I think you can understand why we think choosing it over the Maven is a no-brainer. Even though this thing eats 2 shells per shot and has a lengthy reload time, it's still gonna be your best bet. The Maven Auto isn't bad by any means, but in reality it's just a slower and weaker tactical shotgun. You're much better off hitting a heavy shot and following up with an SMG. Speaking of SMGs, we've got the brand new Twin Mag SMG and the Return of the Machine SMG, and we're not gonna lie, they're both pretty balanced with each other. The Twin Mag SMG has a double-sided magazine for an extra fast reload. The damage is decent, ranging from 16 to 20 damage to the body and 24 to 30 damage to the head. However, the magazine size is not. You only get 20 shots per mag, and it feels like even less due to how fast it fires. This is definitely the best choice for anyone with far above average aim. Just make sure to hit your shots, brother. The Machine SMG is gonna be most optimal for the majority of you. It has a magazine size of 33 and only a second longer reload time than the Twin Mag. It ranges from 14 to 18 damage to the body and 24 to 31 damage to the head. For your fourth slot, we're gonna recommend running the Shockwave Hammer. Besides from being an absolute blast to play with, the Shockwave Hammer is one of the most broken items we've seen in a while. You can slam it into the ground to deal damage to nearby opponents and the build surrounding you. The best part, however, is its mobility potential. By right-clicking on your mouse or hitting left trigger on your controller, you'll send yourself flying in whichever direction you're aiming, similar to a shockwave. You're not limited to just one slam either. You actually have 4 charges that can be activated on one consecutive rotation. And the best part is that it only takes 15 seconds to recharge. For consumables, you'll want to prioritize stacking Chug Splashes and 6 Minis as your backup, as these are by far the best ways to heal mid-fight. If you weren't able to find a Shockwave Hammer or just want to play it safe with extra heals, go ahead and hold Floppers. These can be popped instantly fast and can be stacked up to 4. Alright Fortnite fam, it's time for the question of the day. What is your favorite new POI in Chapter 4? Is it maybe Let us know what you think down in the comments below. If you've seen any of our previous guides for ranking up quickly in Arena, you'd know that trios is the way to go for gaining points. Since elimination points eventually come the same for all modes, 5 points, there's really no incentive at all to play solos or duos. The reason for this is that it's much easier to frag out consistently with a trio by your side. For one, most of your fights will be against 3 opponents at a time. With some solid teammates, you'll be able to eliminate opposing teams quickly, giving you 15 points and a stacked loot refresh each fight. Most importantly, however, you won't be getting sent back to the lobby after one little mistake like you would in solos. If you get knocked, your teammates still have the potential to clutch up and stick the reboot. When you start off the season at a measly 0 points, you'll be in a open league until you reach 2,000 points. But don't fret, you can find your way to contenders in just a couple of hours of Arena if you play your cards right. Since there's no bus fare in this league, W King is the obvious answer. Getting a handful of kills off spawn alone will grant you at least 100 points, not even considering the placement you're picking up along the way. There's really no point in playing for the endgame in this league as these matches die out rather quickly. You might as well be going for kills on noobs along the way. Once you're done with your W King speedrun and find yourself in contenders is when you'll have to play with a little more caution. We're not saying to avoid everyone you see and hide, but we're also not recommending you to W key like you did in opens either. The best way to handle the contenders league is by prioritizing placement points, all while picking up some easy eliminations along the way. You should only be taking fights where you have the upper hand. See an opponent running around cluelessly, beam a shield with your AR and finish them off with a box fight. See someone on the edge of zone with no other players around, make the fight quick and claim their loot before anyone else is able to third party you. These are only 2 examples, but our point is to take fights when you can. Just don't get too ahead of yourself. Don't forget to check out ProGuides.com for some expert level coaching and strategies to help you go from noob to pro. Well, that wraps things up for today, Fortnite fam. Did you enjoy the video? Be sure to leave a like and ring that bell to stay up to date with all the latest and greatest tips and tricks we have to offer. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let us know if there's anything you would be interested in learning more about. Remember guys, your arena grind doesn't need to be filled with stress. Have some fun and utilize the tips we gave you and you'll be a Champions League player in no time. Once again, my name is Galvanized and I'll see you in our next video here at ProGuides.